You won't believe what you see. The new videos that we're getting from the large earthquake in the Philippines are absolutely crazy. Ground breaking open, breaking apart in ports, in homes where people are standing there. You have to see that. I'll show you the video. That big earthquake in the Philippines, people thought it was a magnitude 9 at first, and that were the reports, and people still are saying this felt way stronger than a 7.8. That's the official number right now, 7.8, and lots of aftershocks. But what you're seeing behind me is crazy, but that is when you see the videos how the ground is breaking open. But what you see here is, and watch the vegetation here. I mean, you see the guy's motorcycle, but you see how the trees, especially in the back of the video, there's the dog running, there's people going down, you see animals racing there. I don't know if that was deer, but look at the vegetation and look at how the ground is moving. Can you really see how crazy that is? We know there's the barbecue moving on the left side of the video, but how the vegetation, if you look at the back of the video, is moving is absolutely crazy. And people are sitting down, they can't even stand up, they can't really walk, and the shaking is also very, very long. But right away I want to show you something. The husband seems to come out of the house. He's been in the house all the time. Maybe he was unable to walk out, because in that kind of house it's quite risky to stay inside. But what he does next, watch that, what he does next. So as soon the shaking starts to ease out right now, so he's looking around, he's standing in the entrance of a home that is that kind of home that easily can crumble. And we've seen the videos of the big homes collapsing and crumble from this earthquake in my last video. I'll put that in the end screen if you want to see that. But he's thinking now, he's not looking in the direction of his family, in my opinion. I don't want to mock anybody. It's just something that I noticed. Let me know what you're thinking. He's looking at his motorcycle that has crashed. So now the wife's getting back up. So first thing he checks is the motorcycle, right? So how is my motorcycle doing? So he's putting up the motorcycle. I just found that interesting. And here you see, this is a fish farm. And what is interesting in this video, that's why I'm showing you this, it shows us how long and violent the shaking actually lasts, right? So you see the water is shaking and it's going back and forth. It's a little bit like the swimming pool video of my other video, but really take the time to watch how long this violent shaking lasts, because that you get a feeling for the length when I show you how the ground breaks open, because then you can get a feeling what people were dealing with when these big cracks were opening, how long everything was shaking up and down. That is what is so absolutely insane with this earthquake. I have shown you a video in the Myanmar earthquake where we had big towers shaking, where the ground was being displaced. I'll put that in the end screen, because that was also the first time caught on camera. You stand here, your friend stands here, and the earthquake moves you like this. And something like this I have here too that I want to show you. But it's just absolutely more insane, because you feel like the abyss is opening. And here you see it's still shaking, it's still clashing. I mean, the poor fish must be seasick that are in these basins. But crazy, crazy how long that lasts. So we'll get to the next video very, very shortly. That is also one that will absolutely blow your mind. And we have also footage of the tsunamis that came in. And don't be fooled. Smaller, not so high tsunamis can swipe you off your feet. And then when the water's receding again, can drag you out. So now the water starts to calm, but they're still shaking. And now think aftershocks, magnitude 6 aftershocks, magnitude 5 aftershocks that keep rumbling everything. Still, that is absolutely frightening what happened there in the Philippines. So actually you see the fish now in these fish tanks swimming around thinking, geez, what happened, right? So now he's just taking out some debris that must have fallen in there. At least he's there. So watch this. This video is interesting too. And watch the vegetation, guys. I tell you, watch the vegetation. I mean, people, they can't even stand. They're hunkering down. And then you see everything shaking violently. I mean, I know it's a shaky image because it's not easy to hold your camera when you're trying to hold your ground. But what I find in these videos, and I'm gradually increasing the intensity, is how the ground, you can really see how the ground is shaking. And you know, this is probably, if it's an island, not the most stable ground. So liquefaction might also come in play here. That makes this look, and being moving, and there's something collapsed there. So the guy's running, you can see the dust, right? But how you can really see how the whole nature, how the whole ground is shaking, really caught my eye in these videos that we're now getting a while after the earthquake. I mean, it takes people to probably get back an internet connection and upload that stuff. So I haven't seen it that intense in other earthquake videos where you really feel how that ground is moving. And again, I said it, that crack video, and especially the one in the port that we are about to see, the crack, you saw it at the beginning just a little bit, but how long and far wide and how many while people are running and walking there is absolutely crazy. So this is actually a church, I think, where the whole ceiling insulation or what that crashed down. They're lucky because not the whole building was crashing down, like the Jollibee building that I showed you in my last video that was completely coming down. So, but still, crazy enough, this building seems to be newer, probably a little bit better constructed. That's why not everything was coming down. This is that tsunami wave coming in. Do not underestimate that. If you're in an earthquake like this, you run to higher ground right away, because you do not know how big the wave's going to be, how much seafloor is displaced vertical. So this wave, if you're close enough, can drag you off your feet and then tear you back out. So you don't need like 100 feet wave or something that happened in Japan to really be very dangerous and end you. And I don't think these people should stand there and film, because something big can come. And how you see how this is coming in, if you've ever dealt with sneaker waves on the west coast of the US, for example, they're not high, but they come in surprisingly, and they are very, very dangerous. They can drag you out to sea, and this thing can drag you out to sea, absolutely. So we did have tsunami waves coming in, but they weren't like Japan style, thankfully, but they're powerful. If you see how that water pushes in there, that is very, very powerful. And that matches with what we have seen, what the ground movement does. So definitely this was a big earthquake. Was it a magnitude 9? I don't think so. Maybe people felt it because the ground on which they were standing was intensifying the shaking through liquefaction or something like that, right? But here you see another video of a home collapsed, and you see how the windows are falling out. That is a big risk in earthquakes, but now you have to watch this, watch the crack. This is your house. The ground breaks open like an abyss, and look at the vegetation. Do you see waves going through the ground? Isn't this insane? I shut up. I just want you to watch this. This is insane. It goes like this. And I'll have to show you this again, because you have to imagine that. Imagine that. And now when I said, look at the fish tank, how long this was shaking. And then all the aftershocks. It's insane. And the guy stands there, he leans on the post. That post could fall over. That post is probably not stable, but this is the port. Guys, this is the port on concrete. You see, people are not able to get up. They're not able to stand. It's shaking. It's shaking so insanely. And if you're not able to run away, and then the ground breaks open. Look at the crack. There you see the first crack, but I tell you, it gets worse. So now people are trying to get away. On the right side, there's a crack already where people are running. Do you see that? How it opened? Just so there's two that you see here in the image. Seems, and you see how the concrete is cracked? That could fall over into the sea. There's still people on top of it and over it. It's insane. Just watch this. I found this absolutely crazy. Does that freak you out? Tell me. There you see how many cracks, basically the whole pier. And in the middle, it's really, you see the rebar where the car is. It's insane. I think people are glad that they're now finally able to walk and that they can get off that pier. And they should run because Tsunami might be next, right? They're walking a little bit too slow for my taste. But what am I here to say, right? You're shocked by this, and running fast with the cracks, probably also not a good idea. And that was the Jollibee building that collapsed. That in my other video, I showed you the live video when that collapsed. So many buildings collapsed, and malls and stuff like this. Check my channel. I have videos about that. My first 2 videos actually about this Philippine earthquake. But this earthquake was about the ground movement, because this was absolutely crazy and absolutely scary, I have to say, what was caught on camera here. And if you have not enough of that, if that doesn't freak you out enough, guys, I'll put a video in the end screen of the Myanmar earthquake. If you haven't seen that, I had to watch it many times to actually realize what I'm seeing, because I was looking at the ground that was cracking open, and there's this gate, but then you see, okay, trees falling over, towers falling over, but that's not even it. I overlooked something that has never been caught on camera. You have to see this. Check it out here in the end screen. Stay safe, be prepared for an earthquake, and know what to do and how to search higher ground. Watch here, let me know what you think. Bye-bye.